This video then, I'm actually going to change all the filter media apart from the biological filter media in my All Pond Solutions pressurised filter. Because I've noticed, to be fair, the water's a lot more murky than it should be, but that's probably due to my UV bulb actually packed in about a month ago, so I've got a new one. But in that bag down there, I've actually got brand new sponges, because when you clean these filters, as you know, you put the handle in there and you give it a twist like that. And all these sponges in here are actually supposed to turn and get compressed, and then it releases all the trapped debris. So we've got one coarse, one medium, another coarse, another medium, another coarse. And there's my UV bulb, 11 watt I believe. And then also 11 watt. I've bought a brand new O-ring seal kit for it, because the UV bulb keeps getting moisture in. So let's hope they've sent me the right part. So what I'll do, train coming past, I'll come back to you and I'll took the lid off, okay? That's literally undo them screws. I'm just going to let the camera keep rolling, and then I'll literally edit it. So that's really, really tight. Quite ridiculous actually, if I'm honest with you. That's it, it's come undone now. It's tight as well, ridiculously tight, does whip my glove. That's ridiculous. God almighty. God, there's no need for that. Long overdue this is, to be fair. My only concern is there's not much biological filter media in these filters. So my only concern is these hold a lot of the beneficial bacteria. So when I replace all these in one go, which I've got to do, then I'm going to restrict the feeding big style. And then fish. So that off. Sit. Right, then handle off. That. So when I put the handle in, you'll see it start to go round. Look. You'll see the mechanism there. Then literally just grip the outside of that, but it's supposed to push it really in. But these are, it's lost about an inch and a half of the foam's just degraded. So look, the bottom ones aren't even getting turned anymore. So I'm going to change them. So what we're going to have to do then is turn upside down. Looks pretty straightforward, he says. So if we're going to have to take that off then, how else do you do it? Must be a method to get this apart. Let's have a look. Tell you what, I'll come back to you when I fathomed it out. Had a quick look online and it appears that I've got to take the top off rather than the bottom. So, let's try that then, so I'll do. Problem is I haven't got much cable. All buried. I'll take this off for now. This is where the UV is. In here. Like I said, just don't lose the screws. Always change a UV bulb at least twice a year. I do mine twice a year. Always put a new one in the spring, and then I put one in autumn. And it's honestly, the difference in the water is amazing. It's like crystal clear, no algae and nothing. Everything's so tight. There we go. So there's the UV bulb. Obviously not working. So, to be fair, now that's out. Forget about the UV. It hasn't helped me out, has it, getting this out? So, something's amiss here. Something's amiss. Ah, there you go. Simple as that. So I'm going to just check which way I take these out so I can't mess it up. So, that first, then that. Then you get these. So how does this work then? So look at this, there you go. Yeah, I need to know what I did. For that, get this off and I'll show you what it looks like. So the difference between the old and the new. Like I say, 4 years old to be fair. That's fine. Best thing I should do now really is find the way how you're supposed to get them off. Looks like they're supposed to go in. All these click in. So that one there is different to all the others. That's the one I couldn't separate at the start. That one won't come out. And that goes in there. Like that. Yeah. And because now I'm not really that fussed where these actually go anymore. I would have liked the course to get all the debris first, going into the fine, then going into logical filtration last. But this is backwards, so I don't think it's going to matter. To be fair, I've had really good results with this filter. I can't moan about it. And then just to double check, this will eventually fit. Stuff with it now. Right, I've actually had a look online and I was wrong. Water goes in here, apparently. There's a fish sign on it, but it's an hour going out. So it goes in there, and it gets pushed down all the filters first, which it should do. So that means I'm going to put all the coarse filters there. Double check it. And then that will just fit inside there, hopefully. So that goes in there. There's a bit of something, wasn't there? It dropped out. I need to find that. So that goes in there like that, perfect. You can move it all over, so it's got a good tight fit like that. I'm sure I had a little grommet thing. Can't be far away. There it is. So that, if it goes there, or that way, none of us know. That way. Like that. Done. Done. Screw that back in. It's tight. Just put the handle on it now, just give it a quick try. There we go. That's how it used to be when I first had it. Lovely. So I just put that back together. So that, to be fair, it took me a couple of tries because even I forgot which way around things go. We got there in the end. It's only been about 10 minutes, so. That's done. Let's check it again. Lovely. That's done. I don't put my hand in there really. Right. Let's check it there, so that bits of old sponge look in the bottom of this. Because in there there's a tray, and under that tray, that's it. So basically, all what's in there are some balls. I'll try and twist it. Give that a clean. These, apparently, that is where your biological well, your bacteria live, the beneficial bacteria, right? But there's only that in there. So all my old sponges are holding loads and loads and loads and loads, probably more bacteria than them are. So fingers crossed it's going to be okay in there. Let's give that a bit of a tap off. The last thing I want to be doing is recycling the pond again. Perfect. Get that back in. Line the pipes back up. There's hardly no movement, you see, in these. It's quite difficult. To be fair, tell you what, before I do any more, take it back out. I might as well have a look what they've sent me. Well, they've not sent me the main O-ring, have they? Which is a bit disappointing. I was expecting a brand new O-ring in here. So it doesn't leak. I'll get that to show you. Screwdriver. Show you, look, that's the big O-ring. Obviously these filters are under quite a lot of pressure, but I was under the assumption that I'd actually get a brand new one of them, and I haven't. Tell you what I'll do, I'll need to swill that off. Just give this the pond water to spill out the muck. Make sure the O-ring can seal. Make sure it goes back in that groove. Fiddly to get down. When it lines up, it will just go straight in. Yeah, that's got it. Put my fittings on now, don't want to toss thread anything. Not much room in my little pond. Nearly on. Let's try this one. Started out now. Make sure they're nice and tight. Be mindful that these little seals are actually still in the fitting, otherwise you'd have water shooting out everywhere. That's it, nice and tight, nice and tight. The hardest bit now is getting this little clamp on the outside of it. Once it's on, like this, ready to rock and roll. So in theory that's the sponges done. So now I'm going to do the UV now. So I'm going to check the battery on the phone because I know it's nearly dead. Right, kids watering can is all I could find. In there, that's an O-ring seals that centre part. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that's clean. Down there. Get rid of all that rubbish from out there. This is pond water, by the way. So that's it. Take my gloves off now. I'll have a sip of beer quick. This is rubbish stuff. Stella unfiltered. Nothing but bloody hassle. So, some vile looking organisms on there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put a new pair of gloves on because there's no way I'm touching them. Well, I've got my new pair of gloves on. I know what they are, just not nice looking. So what I'm going to do, unscrew that. To be fair, what I'm going to do is screw it back on and then I'll try and give it as much of a clean as I can with some pond water at my kids' watering can. give that a wash off. This is actually a quartz sleeve, they call it. Because if you had normal glass in there, you'll find that the ultraviolet light breaks it down. And because it's quartz, it's not as so strongly affected by the ultraviolet wavelength. So try not to get any water inside this tube. So what I might have to do now is take the tube off. There's a seal up here. Take that off. There you go. And that orange seal on there is what I always have trouble with. I have water coming in. Everything gets so tight. There you go. So I'm going to show you it on the camera. So this to be fair, this isn't even 6 months old. If you have a look, you can basically, myself personally, I'd say, looks like it's overheating, or a bit of water ingress because of the seal, and obviously the water on the actual bulb itself. That's probably what it is. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go in the house, get some baby wipes, because they're absolutely amazing for this sort of stuff, and give everything a clean. So put it back together. Let's have a quick look in my O-ring kit here. See, they have actually given me, yes, a new one. So let's have another look. It's a different colour now. So I'll keep that one, because I'll keep everything. Put that one on there now. Get myself a baby wipe. That's dry in there. Get myself a baby wipe, and I get myself a bit of tissue, just so I can make sure it's all bone dry inside. So I've got my baby wipes on there. My hands are clean. Give this quartz tube a bit of a, I say a wipe inside, make sure there's no moisture trapped inside, but be careful because it is very fragile. So let's try and shove that in. See if there's any moisture in there, give it a turn around. Again. And have a look at the tube. So that's 4 years old, that is. That's alright. As I was saying, this is I'm going to place this O-ring on here now as well. So let's get the baby wipe, make sure all that rubbish, them little weird insects are out. Take it out. And before you replace it, just check it's the same first. So that looks the same. I'll show you the old and I'll show you the new. That's the new, that's the old. That's another old one. To be fair, I can still see a little bit of rubbish in there, where the O-ring sits. Get that out. Last thing you want is these pressurised filters leaking. Put it on. That's it. Bit of water. Make sure it seals okay. So what I'm going to do now is take my gloves off this time, and then I'm going to put the new UV bulb in. To be fair, I've got a bit here dry and I haven't touched it, so what I'm going to do, because you're not really supposed to touch these bulbs, so put it in. in. Back over. Yep, that goes in there now. This should be a nice tight fit. Put that on. Don't over tighten it. Too tight, you end up breaking the quartz. That's plenty. Yeah? So now that's all done. So I'll put that in there now. Line it up. Push the new O-ring in. Not down yet. Let's have another look. Going down, that is now. It's just tight to new O-ring, you see. So, we'll let rubbish out the way. These screws back in. And in that O-ring kit, there's actually spare O-rings for this mechanism. Because obviously you turn that on, off, wears out, and the same for that. But I'm not going to do that today because they're not leaking for a start. And this just took a bit longer than I thought. Only because basically I stripped it down, didn't even look at it properly, and I forgot how it actually went back together. So it took a couple of tries and I've got it back now. It's not rocket science though. So what I'll do now, I'll turn it on. And I'm expecting the pond then to get very, very murky fast. Because obviously I've disturbed the whole lot. I'll just take the camera out for a second. That's it at the minute. And what I'll do, before I upload the video, I'll turn it on, let it run for a day, maybe 2 days, and I'll show you the difference. You'll be amazed how clear that will be. I'm going to pause it there, and then I'm going to turn it on. Or, actually, put you back in here. And what I'll do, I'll just turn it on, you'll see. You can actually see all the old debris at the filter. Putting pumps into there now, but just check for leaks. There's no leaks, which is good. You can hear some air. Just double check everything. Nothing's leaking there. Just check the UV lights on. And you can see that on the camera. Look. There you go. That's working lovely. Look at that now. Well, that's it basically. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually put my phone under the water and you'll be able to see how clear it is now. And I'll come back tomorrow and I'll do the same again and just to compare. So thanks for watching. There's the old filters. I'll see you when it's clear. So I'll just show you the colour of the water now after about a week. So I'm going to divert the flow now. Turn the handle. You just leave it running now until the water comes clear. To be fair, that's a big tub, that is. But all I do, I'll just water the garden plants with that. It's getting a bit clearer now. Basically, nearly clear now. That's as easy as that to clean that filter. Turn that handle, done. That's running clear now in my eyes. Flip the tap back around. Done. What a difference.
Nobody seems to understand me. I've tried my hardest, but things seem to go again. I'm waiting till the top I start. You well notice me. No one else is there. Where my love, when you're around, nobody seems to know.